you doing? I hope you're all doing well. I'm also doing well, and I'm glad to be back. And yeah, so today I want to share a word of hope. Being a Friday, I always share just something that I have learned in general, and I always refer to the Bible. But in general, it's just something that I've learned, and I usually share because I know you will learn one or two things. So if you have read, the topic today is about mentorship. Do you really have a mentor? Do you believe in having a mentor? Is it important to have a mentor? I don't know what you think, but I think it's very important. Before I go on, let me introduce myself to those who don't know me. To those who don't know me, my name is Rispa Nyabate, and I share lifestyle videos, self-care videos, and every Friday I share a word of hope because I'm a Seventh-day Adventist. That is when we begin our Sabbath. So today I just want you to, guys, like I really need you to have an open mind when it comes to me sharing word of hope. I don't want you to think of it as preaching. I just want you to think of it as learning through life's experiences and some of the lessons that we can refer through the Bible and how they can direct our personal lives, us in our personal lives. Yeah, so this year, when we began this year, I felt challenged. I felt like for a very long time I've not been keen on looking onto someone specifically who I can learn things from, someone who can challenge me, someone who can hold my hand and help me to grow. As I, in our life's journey, we are continuously like growing and developing into being better people. And so I challenged myself, and I was thinking, should I like really look into having a mentor, someone who can hold my hand and direct me, someone who I can look up to, I can ask questions and learn, career-wise and even personal life. And so I don't know if it's the same thing for other people, but it's something that I really wanted, and it was just a goal that I set in mind. But as I've been thinking, this is March, and in January I always just take time to think and like try to figure out what I can do different and how I can grow and how I can achieve some of my goals. So I've been really thinking about it, and I think I have an answer. This is my opinion. I know other people have different opinions about mentorship, having a mentor and all these things. But through my experience, my personal experience, I feel like I have finally figured it out, and I choose to walk this path when it comes to mentorship. I know when it comes to other people, they choose someone specific. Like if you're thinking, I don't know who, Miles Monroe. If you're thinking, who else? Michelle Obama. Some choose people who are closer to them, like their church leaders. Some their teachers, their lecturers. Some their professional counselors. Things like that. But I personally feel like it is not something to like pressure yourself too much about. I believe in three things. I believe in self-growth, I believe in self-identity, and I believe in self-growth, self-identity, and I believe in the law of attraction. I honestly feel like these three things actually work together. Just think about it. When I talk of law of attraction, I feel like law of attraction only happens by the guidance of God. I feel like God is the one who connects us to different situations, different scenarios in different stages of life. And so as you go on through life, you realize that there are people who come into our lives and there are people who live our lives. And sometimes it's our personal choice, sometimes it is not. Sometimes it just happens that these people just go out of our lives, whether we choose or not. We choose to have them in our lives or not. It just happens. They come and go, they come and go. And it happens throughout our lives. Some are very constant, like even like sort of like our parents, some of our relatives. But if you realize, even some of our relatives sometimes leave our lives, whether by death or by choice, or maybe they move to another different place, like a different location far away from you, and so they're not easily accessible. Yeah, so the law of attraction, I feel, is only guided by God. It is God who allows people in our lives, and it is God who allows them to go. And even if it is not God, even if they come into our lives, because we know that in life there are two forces, there's evil and there's good. So sometimes some of the things that happen to us is actually godly, and some it is the devil who brings some people in your life to cause different things. You might think you're headed the right way and maybe you're not. So the law of attraction is not easy to understand, but if you think of it deeply, and if you're a wise person, you will understand how to go about it. So now let me start from the beginning. For you to grow, you have to be self-aware. You have to be self-aware of your identity. They work together. Being self-aware and your identity, the person who you are, the person who you believe you are becoming. Like self-identity is your your true self, who you are, what you stand for, what you believe in, what you love, how you go about it. By being your best self, that is your own self-identity. So when you have you know yourself, it only means that you have self-awareness. You know what you stand for. You know who you truly are. And so I feel like throughout life and throughout the experiences that we go through in life, we begin to learn about ourselves, we begin to know who we really are, and we begin to work towards being the best versions of ourselves. So when it comes to mentorship, I feel like you attract people into your life who will come to you, or you go to them by just how life happens. You just find someone, or you meet someone, or because of something you're working on, you meet someone and you find a connection, and you begin to feel like you can learn from them. So when you're self-aware of who you are, you begin to choose the environment which you're comfortable at. In my experiences, for a very long time, I really honestly didn't have a true self-awareness. And so through life's experiences, I've begun to know who I am. I know what I stand for. I know what I believe in. I believe in integrity. I believe in respect. I believe in loving people genuinely. I believe in helping. I believe in doing my very best. I believe in my true potential. Like nothing ever, I do not allow anything in my space that will make me doubt my true potential. So as I grow and as as I develop into being this person that I have become today, I now realize and I know the best version of myself. So automatically it just happens that there are places I do not go. There are people I do not allow in my space. Not because I dislike them, but because we don't share a common value. And so I have automatically learned to be very quick to make a decision. Please, guys, this is my take. Everywhere you go, at your workplace, in church, when you're going out, be very observant. Be keen on what is going on in your space. Watch, listen, be open-minded, learn. But again, be very careful who you allow into your space, how you interact. Sometimes, like me personally, some people might feel like maybe I am not very social, but that's not the case. It's only that I learn and understand my environment, and I know where I fit well and where I don't. And so I have learned very quickly to make my decisions, and I do it very fast because I know the path that will work for my good and the path that truly isn't conducive for me. So I have learned to create a conducive environment for myself. So as time goes by, I meet people, I work with people, I learn from people, I listen. And by the way, as I do all these things, I am never dismissive. It is not good to be dismissive. Give everyone a chance and try to learn from every situation. But be wise. You don't just sit anywhere with everyone. There are people who do not share the same values as you. For me, for example, I believe in integrity. I believe in doing things the right way. I believe in giving value, giving solutions. I believe in loving genuinely. I believe in, supporting each other and working together for the benefit of all of us. But unfortunately, not everyone is like that. Some people want to automatically, not because they're bad, but it's their personality, they choose to benefit themselves first before anyone else. And I believe in teamwork and working together to benefit each other equally, not just for my own growth, but for other people. So when I am in an environment where I feel, this environment, something is not right, or I feel like maybe we differ, I take myself out of that environment, and it is not in by ill will. It is just, I know it is the right thing to do because I know who I am and what I stand for. So this is where the law of attraction comes in. As I go through life, I pray a lot and I ask God, by the help of the Holy Spirit and through the teachings of the word of Jesus Christ, the word of God, I always pray that God will guide me to the right direction, because again, I know I can go the wrong direction very fast. Like I said, there's two powers in control in our lives, evil and good. And for me to be in the space where I feel like I'm walking the right path in Christ, I pray a lot and I ask for guidance. And so this is where the law of attraction comes in, because I have self-awareness and I know my true identity and what I stand for. Then I begin to attract people into my life, but then I have a choice who comes into my space. It is true, we do not make decisions of who comes into our lives, but we have the power to choose whether they stay in our lives or not. So when I speak of the law of attraction, I believe as these people come into my life, or when our paths cross with different people, then I choose who to interact with. And this is where mentorship comes in. I was thinking of who who can be my mentor. I have always had this problem where I think, gosh, I wish I had a mentor. I wish I had someone to hold my hand. But I have learned with time. As you learn, as you grow, as you develop into being the best version of yourself, there are people who come into your life, and this is where you have a choice of who can be your mentor. Some people are very open and they want to bring you close to them, but in all honesty, there's nothing to learn from them. In fact, some people, I have to be quite honest, are they are not people you can look up to. Their character is very questionable. Some are selfish, some even don't wish you the best. They just come into your life for the sake of it, just to know what is going into your life. And unfortunately, they even turn their backs on you and even start saying things. You have to be very careful to allow the right person in your life. And so during this time, there will be that one person or two people or an organization. Something will come cross your path, and you will realize it actually connects to your what you are working on. And from this person or from this organization, you will realize that you are actually learning something, and you're continuing to develop. And for you to be sure that this is the right place, this is the right person to be your mentor, or especially if this person is open to teaching you and to walk with you as you go down your path, the right way to understand and to know that you're in the right place is when you feel challenged. When you feel challenged, when you feel like every time you're with this person, you're learning something. Every time when you're in this organization, you're actually growing. You're finding opportunities. You're bettering yourself. You're bettering your abilities, your talents. Then you're in the right place. Please make sure to be in the right place at the right time. That is what I have learned through life. Again, as you go down this path, me personally, I have learned to have a balance. Understand this. Do not allow anyone to crush your dream, to undermine you, to doubt your potential. Do not allow anyone to put you down in general. Do not allow anyone in your space who almost like wants to dim your light. But again, be very careful as you make these decisions. Be very careful not to leave your path. Continue following your path. Continue doing what you're doing best. It doesn't matter whether you fail. Failure is, it is inevitable. Failure is actually a challenge. It challenges you to be better. It challenges you to grow. So allow yourself to grow. Do not stop. Keep going. Regardless of what happens as you go down your path, do not stop. Do not doubt your potential. Keep going. I'm telling you, if you have self-identity, if you believe in God, you will face so many challenges. It will reach a point you will doubt yourself. But I personally do not. I have reached a place where, because I know who I am and what I stand for and what I want, I keep going. I keep looking for opportunities. I keep learning. I always try to connect with the right people. I always choose to learn from the right people. And as you go down this path, you will realize that you are growing and you're having different experiences that even though you're going through difficulties, you actually enjoy going down that path. So yeah, when you talk about, when it comes to mentorship, one thing I know for sure, like I have said, you have to go have these three things: self-awareness, self-identity, and you have to believe in the law of attraction by the help of God. So as I finish today, I picked from the Bible in the book of 1Kings chapter 19 from verse 14, from verse 14, and it's about the story of Elijah and Elisha. The prophet Elijah went through so many difficulties, and sometimes he used to find himself in situations where he was alone, but God kept using him, and God kept performing miracles and showing his power through Elijah. And as Elijah was going through life's challenges and going through different experiences, there's a time when God directed him to anoint Elisha. And so as you read this, I would really like, if you have time, please read the story of Elijah and Elisha and how they started to work together in life. Elijah actually at some point became Elisha's mentor. You can call him Elisha's mentor. God asked Elijah to ordain Elisha, and if you realize, by the way, Elisha was going about life as usual. He was in the farm with oxen. He was plowing his land. Most likely was preparing to plant and do those things. And all of a sudden, Elijah comes from nowhere and he hands him his and he throws to him his mantle. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Elisha then left. So Elijah went from there and found Elisha, son of Shaphat. This is chapter 19. 1 Kings 19, chapter 19. So Elijah went from there and found Elisha, son of Shaphat. He was plowing with 12 yoke of oxen, and he himself was driving the 12th pair. Elijah went up to him and threw his cloak around him. Elisha then left his oxen and ran after Elijah, and the story continues. So, cloak, mantle, I don't know if it's the same thing, but the Bible, the NIV version says cloak. So, in essence, he anointed Elisha. He passed his cloak to Elisha, and they began to walk down the path of life together. And all this time Elisha was learning from Elijah, to the point where Elijah was taken up to heaven through the whirlwind. Up to that point, Elisha was always behind Elijah, and he was learning from Elijah. Please realize this. Before Elijah met Elisha, Elisha was going about his life. And I believe Elisha believed in what he was doing. He was working, he was doing his own thing that he does best. And that is what I'm referring to. As you walk down the path of life, you keep doing what you're best at, you choose the best environment for yourself, and through the law of attraction, through the power of God, God will bring the right person who will come to you, pick you, embrace you, bless you, and walk with you and teach you to a point where they actually endow you with the power to do what they are doing even better. Please go back and read the book of 1 Kings chapter 19 from verse 15 going on. You can even start from chapter 19 from verse 1 and go down all the way to verse 21. Just keep reading and read the story of Elisha. It's a very interesting story. It goes down to when Elisha was taken up to heaven and he passed his robe to Elisha, and Elisha kept going down the path which God created him to go. So yeah, please, that is what I have learned, that mentorship, having a mentor is not something to beat yourself about. It actually happens, but there is a process. And in this process, you really have to learn who you are. Work on that and keep developing, and the rest will fall into place. Yeah, so who is your mentor? Have you found one? If not, do you really know who you are? I am working towards that. I believe I have met a few people who have held my hand and have helped me to grow one way or another. I'm not yet to where I want to be, but I believe I'm going down the path which God has planned for me, and I know as I keep going, things will finally fall into place. I'm happy where I am now, and I'm actually excited for the future. And by the will of God, I know that I will make a difference. Yeah, so that is it for today. I hope you have learned one or two things through my many things that I have said. I really hope you have learned something, and I hope you will pick from it and learn from it. Self-awareness, self-identity is key in life. You won't allow any Tom, Dick, and Harry in your life. You will know who you are, and you will know where to draw a line. Yeah, anyway, the video is so long, 27 minutes. I wanted it to be at least 15 minutes and below. Anyway, that is it for today. I hope you enjoy your weekend. Please, for those who don't go to church, have a lovely weekend. For those who are going to church, happy Sabbath. And those who are going on Sunday, enjoy your Sunday as you learn from God. Bye guys, for now. I love you.